I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back, it's getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry.
Hello, listeners and viewers. It's the Faison View podcast, man. Let's get it. Every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we here, man. Subscribe, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hey, YouTube channel, Leak, L-E-E-K, F-A-I-S-O-N. L-E-E-K as in Leak, F-A-I-S-O-N as in Faison, man. Let's get it, man. You already know what I got here. Shop Color Power. You got the best handcrafted bracelets, necklaces, waist beads for the mommies, and anklets, man. We over here, man. We over here striving for greatness, man. Black entrepreneurship, and ownership, man. Here we go. Follow and shop, man. At Color Power, at CLR_power, P-O-W-E-R is my Instagram. Shop website, 1CLRPOWER.com, 1CLRPOWER.com, man. Color Power. Man, let's get it, man. You know I'm rocking it. Man, we got a good one. Man. Spring here early. Episode 162, man. You already know 62 to be exact, man. 62 episodes in, man. Thank you, love and support. Man, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it pushing, man. Pushing the narrative. Topics today we have things we love about the spring, man. Spring is here early, so, man, it's time to get into the spring spirit. You know what I'm saying? Secondly, I want to put my opinion on this, Meg versus the label and what she's going through right now currently. Thirdly, actually, what makes a good teacher or a good professor? That's pivotal, man. That's definitely pivotal. And lastly, man, we got, you know what I'm saying? We got a good would you rather. Let me pick up my pine palette real quick. Would you rather be happy and content, but not achieve much, or never be satisfied but achieve a lot? So you know what I'm saying? You know I keep with the good would you rather, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hashtag the Faison View podcast. Hashtag the Faison View podcast, man. Let's go, man. So first and foremost, things we love about the springtime. Let's see, things we love about the springtime. First and foremost, more sunny hours in the day, man. When it gets dark too early and dark at 3, 4, 5 o'clock, man, you feel like the day is already over and you feel like you just woke up to enjoy your day. Like, man, I hate that. Man, sunny hours, it just equates longer days in mindset-wise, man, for real, because if it's still sunny when it's 6, 7 o'clock, man, you be feeling like, man, the day has just begun, man. It's, you know, if you just got off of work, it's still just like, it's just a good spirit, man. When it's sunny, man, it just brings you really joy, man. That's why people love Cali and the sunny areas, Miami, Florida, stuff like that, you know. It's just the energy of it. Another one, best clothing season. Between spring and fall is the best clothing season for the drip. You know what I'm saying? You gotta walk out there with the spring and fall drip. Man, that spring drip ain't nothing like it, man. Nothing like it, man. Get your drip up for spring, because it's coming, man. Yeah, you know you got Easter, March Madness, man. And it's gonna be a good spring. We're gonna try to focus on a good spring, because you know this coronavirus, you know, it's actually keeping people from being outside. So, you know what I'm saying? I want to keep in good energy, good spirits. So, another one, great music, man. Great musical content, man, coming out, entertainment, everything, but music in particular, man. I love the springtime and summertime when music is dropping, man. Like, nothing like it. When I think of the springtime and music dropping, I think of 2016 when Views came out and Controller came out in the spring and how things just went crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was just, boy, we was out here. So, let's see, what else do we have here? March Madness, of course, the competitive nature. March Madness just in general, but March being one of the best months, you know. Pisces season out here. We're going to rep it out here. But, like, just the competitive nature of all the colleges just coming together, man, and really just, man, putting it all on the line, man, for a sport, man. Like, March Madness is just beautiful, man. So, definitely March Madness. Easter, of course, man. You get your Easter drip, man. You know what I'm saying? We all blessed to be here, man. Definitely. I know times is just crazy with this coronavirus, but we gonna get through it, man. We gonna get through it, man. You guys gotta stay hand sanitized up. You know, soap and water is your best friend always. Man, just keeping up on your hygiene, regardless. You should be doing that every single day. But you have to up the ante. You have to up the ante. Like, I mean, I understand that we can't be so, so fixated on what's going on with it, because when you get that way, you start to overprotect yourself, and that's how you can end up getting it too. But at the end of the day, just be mindful, man. Be safe. So, and what spring brings is summer around the corner, man. Summer is right around the corner, man. I feel like spring is like Thursday. Spring is like Thursday before the Friday, and I feel like Fridays are like the summer, and the weekend is like the summer. But like that Thursday is what spring embodies, man. It's just getting you prepared for that summer vibe. You know what I'm saying? And getting you prepared for that good weather. You know, that good weather. We need that good weather. You feel me, man? Spring, man. Early. Man, y'all definitely, man, dress for the weather. So secondly, man, I really wanted to talk about this because Meg Thee Stallion, man, I really like Meg Thee Stallion, man. She's a real dope artist, man, coming out of Houston. She really just blew up over this last year and a half, about two, man. Like, she's giving the game so much diversity with the woman standpoint on things, and you have a Cardi B out and you have a certain other artists out, but Meg just brought a real good dynamic to the game, man, to the culture. And to see her going through this, man, it's sad, but also at the same time, like, I'm not saying I'm on either side at all. I'm just speaking my piece and my opinion on what's going on and transpiring with her label situation. So I'm gonna give you a brief rundown synopsis on what's going on. So dealing with Meg's contract, she signed back in like 2017, about 2017, around that time, around 3-4 years ago, and it was the label called 1501, Houston, Texas made label, and what they basically put in the contract was a 40-60 split, and the 60 going to the label and 40 going to Meg. Mind you, Meg wasn't as big as she was, and I wouldn't say didn't expect to blow up, but at that time didn't blow up how she did now. So really, in a nutshell, man, she just basically trying to run her coins and run her ends back up, and noticing that she's in a messed up deal, and that she was young, and she, really just trying to negotiate her deal, not necessarily get out of her deal, but negotiate a new deal that's feasible for her, and her popularity at the time. Where that becomes a fault and becomes very difficult, which a lot of artists like really find out later, it's more detailed to that. The contracts are more detailed than that, and what this label is bringing in for you in revenue, and what they have to do on the back end side of things, they have to fund, it goes unsaid. And I'm definitely not on the side of the label, because the label, they definitely, we want to be real. We already know the history of contracts and label, man. They have such a standardized contract, and they just, and I feel like they really understand and know that these certain artists are not going to be able to, not saying be able to, but like to comprehend the fact that they're not getting a good deal because of where they're at currently when they sign the deal, not knowing that they're going to be this of magnitude. So sometimes you just got to be aware and just honestly have faith in yourself. But in Meg's predicament, I'm going to just be real. Like, what she said, it really resonated, because at the time, she wasn't as big. So the money that they were offering her, she never seen that type of money. Even if it was 10, 15, 20, 30,000, that's still a lot of money to someone, especially someone that's just grinding and really just trying to get in this industry and provide for her people and provide for her family. And that's, she comes from a different upbringing, and not of like all millions and monies and of that nature. So she grinded hard and really feel like she got what she deserved, but not knowingly she would be this big. But I'm sure she believed in herself, but not knowingly she would be this big, and that deal would be affecting her down the line. But on the other side of the label speaking, it's like you have to really understand that, like, these certain stipulations to what you're asking, and it's not just easy to just just negotiate a new deal when, be honest, at the time she doesn't have albums out, and just albums. I think she has to reach a certain maximum of albums with that deal and contract. But she has projects out. She has very good projects out. But those not being labeled as albums may have hindered her and affected her in this particular situation. So, but all praise to her too as well, because she did get a temporary restraining order to release music, which everybody wants to hear release music. You don't want to see anyone going through a situation like this, even though it's happened millions and millions and millions of times. But just she's just a real good spirit, man, But I just don't like people just slandering her. I understand why people feel away and feel like she shouldn't get her money and things of that nature. I just found it distasteful too. God rest dead and rest in peace. That her mother, is being brought up in a lot of topics, even though she was there negotiating the deal. But at the end of the day, y'all really have to understand that she didn't come from something, and this is out of her mouth, didn't come from something but so big. And even her, her mother was a rapper, she wanted to provide for her mother and do things for her mother with the money that the label was going to provide her and what she was going to do, And now she's of this type of status, she wants to negotiate. And it's not that easy, it's not that simple. And that's what everybody's been saying, and I agree to that, because with one thing for certain, one thing for sure, two things for certain, you really have to read what you're signing. And even if you know the terms, know the deal, you have to read. You just have to reread. You have to keep rereading, because down the line it's going to affect you. And this has happened to millions and millions of artists. Honestly, I could say, just from a bird's eye view, probably 80% of the artists or rappers today, currently, and just artists in general, it has happened to. It's happened to like real big artists. Of course, it's happened to Wayne. It's happened to a lot of different people. Like just dealing with contracts and dealing with getting your money back and what you want and what you earn and what you feel like you deserve. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a tough situation to be in, of course, but honestly, it just goes back to, you just have to be mindful of what you sign, and like, just be real. Like when when Apple pops up and agree with the terms and conditions, honestly, a lot of people, and even including myself, just agree. But just something small like that, you have to really look and delve into. And I'm honestly learning that more and more as life goes on, even with job offerings and what they're offering, and understanding the bottom line and seeing what it's actually saying. So it is pivotal that you have a lawyer on your team, and a strong lawyer at that can read these documents and read these files, and somebody that's real trustworthy to really have your back. Because I'm gonna be real with you, a 40-60 deal is atrocious. It's atrocious, and I'm not saying that and that's it in her situation, that it's not, because at the end of the day, it's been deals like that, and it's kind of standard, but it's like the old standard. So to the labels, I would say, like, you got to start revamping these deals. And I understand it depends on certain artists and what you have in the back end of your name, but at the end of the day, it's like these type of situations are going to keep happening, and it's just going to just keep crashing and crashing and crashing. The only thing about this situation that's kind of like a little frustrating is because it's basically, black people, and like all respect, definitely respect Jay Prince, man. Like, he has a lot to do with this situation, and I definitely ain't gonna be speaking on this too far, but I know he's a real one. He's true to his word. So I understand a lot of standpoints and points that he made, and it makes sense. It makes absolute sense. But also on the Meg side, you just don't want to see an artist in this situation. But you just gotta be mindful, mindful of what you're doing, and mindful how you move in the industry, man. Because, hey, just one false move, man, like it can be detrimental. Like, you think you making this amount of money, but in reality you making this amount of money. You think you have money on the back end, but you probably don't have it on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be mindful of the company you keep, mindful of the deals you sign, and just be mindful in general, man. Like, the industry just man, it's tough. It's tough, and I'm not in the industry, and just outside looking in, it feels and looks crazy. So you just gotta be mindful and everything you do and how you move. You feel me? So, man, just to jump off that into something, you know what I'm saying, Like I feel like it's very, very needed. And me being a teacher as well, just a conversation that needs to be had. And what is a good teacher, man? What makes a good teacher? What makes a good professor? So to me, this is what the makes of a good teacher or professor. Relatable material, man. I feel like current and present day, it's a lot of teachers out there that, and it's teachers that do it, but it's a lot of teachers that just go by the book, just go by the book of things, and just so fundamental in their work. But I'm gonna be real with you, and there's a lot of things that I've said after my experience in college. I wish it was more real life situations and scenarios we could put into a format to make it fun and enjoyable for the classroom setting, and not just boring and us writing notes and put a real life situation in front of us, like how to balance a checkbook, how to manage your taxes, or but do it in a fun-filled way, something of that matter. So just relatable material, of real, like relatable material, meaning real life situations, real life things that we are gonna have to experience after this high school, middle school, college, whatever setting you're in. But just real life material, man. Just make it realistic for these children out here that's really trying to learn and grasp the understanding of the learning and education. Because the real education is the real life, is the real world. You want to be real. So definitely. I would say balance. A balance. Have fun and also be a stern teacher too. You also want to gain your respect. You don't want anyone to walk over you or anything of that matter. So be stern, but also being fun. Being free. Understand that these are children. They come here to really learn. So teach them in the best ways you can, but not being too strict, man. Because being too strict can stir kids away. You feel me? And being too fun can not saying stir kids away, but make them more susceptible to kind of disrespect you in ways and not understand that you need to take this serious. You feel me? So another one, give students choices. That's another one. I give students choices. Give them ultimatums. Give them choices. Let them try to experience and do on their own, and give them choices to really start understanding and getting to that comprehension phase in their mindsets. Even in college, I feel like you just always take a step in a good direction when you give children choices and making them make choices, because life, it's all about choices, man. We all have a choice. Right or wrong, you always have a choice. So, and I would say create classroom games. Create a classroom fun-filled environment. I'm not saying you have to go all out, but just create games in an educational way too. You just create games. You have to make it best, to make it easy for the learners to actually learn. Everyone doesn't want to be in a book and write down things and write down answers, or just be in a computer all day writing essays and stuff. Make it fun. Make it fun for the children. You know what I'm saying? Be stern, like I said, but also make it fun too, man. Emotional support I feel like that's very pivotal. We don't understand and know which each child is going through, and you really have to be mindful that these children could be going home to a whole nother situation, and school can be their outlet to release a lot of stress. So just stay on your children and ask them how they're doing, and not saying necessarily be in their face, but be there for them. Show emotional support. Don't just act like you're just there for your job, just there for your money and your job. Children they can sense that, no matter what age. They can sense that if you just there for the dollar and you just trying to get it out the way. And nah, man, show emotional support to your students, man. I feel like that's very, very pivotal. And have a sense of humor. I feel like having a sense of humor is very pivotal in life in general. Sometimes you got to be able to really laugh and joke, man. Laughing and crying are the most two biggest expressions, man. And I feel like without that, man, life has a very less of a meaning if you can't laugh at things, if you can't cry, but especially just having a sense of humor. Joke with your kids, laugh with your kids and your students, man. But also, like I said, have a strict sternness to you as well. But be able to joke and laugh, man. It's like, come on now, like take the ease off, relax. You feel me? And last but not least, like I feel like it's a very pivotal one. One might be the most pivotal. Allow yourself to be taught. Even if you are the teacher or the professor, allow yourself to be taught. You're never too old to learn, because honestly, you're learning from the students just as much as you teach them. You know, because with different student comes different challenges, and as a teacher, you have to accept those challenges and maneuver in certain ways depending on the student. You feel me? So I say allow yourself to be taught. Like, that's very pivotal. Allow yourself to be taught. Man, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's a good one. You know, that's a real good one, you know. Like, shout out to all the teachers and shout out to all the professors. You know, y'all work hard, and I feel like y'all don't get the credit y'all deserve. But I feel like a lot of people need to give y'all credit, man. Like, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Lastly, man, would you rather be happy and content but not achieve as much, or never be satisfied but achieve a lot? This is a very tough one for me, and I feel like it just matters. Where does your success play within your goals? And I feel like that's just very pivotal in this. But I'm gonna just be real. Like, of course I want to be happy, but the happy and content part really has me, because I never want to be content with anything. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to feel complacent. I don't want to be content. That word right there is just the key word to me that just threw me off. It's just like, I don't ever want to be content. And just not achieved as much. Nah, I mean, I would rather never be satisfied, because even though that's, you know, that feels like uneasy, but never being satisfied means you want to push for more. You want to push to be greater than what you are. And I was just watching a podcast the other day called Knuckleheads, and they had Shaq on, Quentin Richardson and Darius Miles, and they had Shaq on. Shaq was just telling the viewers and listeners about his father and how his father treated him with like all love and respect, but also he was never satisfied of how great or things he did that Shaq did so great, and all the accomplishment and accolades he actually, you know, succeeded in his life, because he was never satisfied, because he wanted him to push and be better and achieve more and keep going and keep pushing. You know, I'm gonna just be real. I feel like just being content it's not settling. Like, it doesn't settle right with me. But never being satisfied, it is sound uneasy, but you also will achieve a lot. Never not being satisfied. It's just a mindset. You feel me? So I would definitely say never be satisfied, but achieve a lot. You know, definitely, man. That's what I want to do every single day. I just want to keep achieving, man. Never be complacent. Never be content on what I'm doing, man. Keep pushing our envelope, man. Thank you, listening viewers, man. I love you guys, man. Thank you for tuning in, man. Shop Color Power at 1CLRPOWER.com every Thursday 5 p.m. man. Please tune in, man. Please tune in. Subscribe button will be below on the YouTube channel, IGTV, man. Malik Faison, LEEKFAISON, hashtag the Faison View Podcast. Thank you guys, man. Love you guys, man. Keep tuning in every single Thursday, man. Let's get it.